Hello. Welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. The P today stands for... personal tragedy. This morning, I woke up and I was feeling sick and sad, so I went back to sleep. And when I woke up again, it was noon, and I thought, I'll get up now. And so I went into my front area where there are windows to watch the rain and eat some yogurt with granola and sip my coffee. Then it started to rain harder. And I was worried because I started to hear the sounds of kind of rushing water. And I looked down at the door, and indeed there was water, but it was not rushing. It had been rushed, and it was now standing. Yes, I was standing in about 2 inches of water, and it was creeping slowly past my entryway, past my office, into my bathroom, into the kitchen, and towards my bedroom, where I have a brand new shag rug.
You have 2 rooms in your house.
I know, but one has a lot of areas in it.
That's true. It's multifunctional.
It was terrifying because I was under the assumption that my place wouldn't flood. It seemed to me it rained harder last time for multiple days. But I guess there's drains outside my door and they were clogged, probably from the last time. And it was just water going up, in. Luckily, the boys came out. Kevin came out. They came out with towels and Kevin started scooping the water out. In movies when they got buckets and they're scooping the water out and tossing it over? That's what he was doing. It was very sweet.
We have a shop vac. We could have brought the shop vac over, I'm now realizing.
Luckily, it's fine. Thank God all my stuff was up off the floor. The only thing that got water on it was the bookcase. Kevin was great. They got me towels. We replenished the towels. They figured out why the things weren't draining and they started to drain. And then we went and we got sandbags. So if it does happen again, hopefully it won't rush into my house so quickly. It was a horrible way to spend the day, but thank God. Thank God I called off work. As long as it didn't get to my bedroom, I was going to be okay. But it was so close. The trail was coming around the bend towards my room.
That's where your carpet is. You have tile in that one other room that exists in your house.
And the thing about that is the tile's shiny. So now when I walk by, it's dry now, but it's shiny. So I'm like, oh God, is that water? It's very scary. But I have the sandbags. Everything's fine. And we're going to keep an eye on the drains. We just took a plunger to them and they opened right up.
Do you ever watch that guy on TikTok who clears out drains?
I have seen him. Yeah.
That's hot.
Drainage Dan.
Yeah, I love him. I love when he drains.
It really was like Titanic. Yeah.
Sorry. What?
Thank you. It really was like Titanic though. The water was slowly creeping in and I just felt helpless. I didn't know what to do. I had just woken up. Yeah, it was noon, but I had just woken up. Do you understand?
Right. It's scary when you first wake up and you realize that you're underwater. It's happened to me more times than I wish to admit. Alexis, before we get taken away to across the seas, as they say, we need to thank the sea. I'm sorry. I know you're still dealing with the whole water issue. It'll get better. You'll never shower again. I can promise you that. Well, I guess that's kind of what you're already doing. No, we need to thank the sponsor of today's video. And of course, that is Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN that keeps your information safe from internet criminals. Is what they're called. And it also, you can do this and you can go across the world. I like to use Surfshark. I use it every single day. I use it every day. Actually, I just did an update. The updates are so easy. I like to use it to protect all my shit because I've got very personal shit. I've got baby pictures of other people's babies. I've got my passport. Well, the application for it. I was rejected.
You've got your dossier. Yeah.
Oh, I've got so many dossiers and filled with so many secrets. And Alexis.
And I have all the numbers.
Now that you do have a laptop, like an actual one, not like one that fell from a truck, but like a real one, you do need to start using Surfshark whenever your laptop is on.
You know what? I would love to. I can't pay full price. It's just, I'm settling into this new apartment. I have to pay off this computer. Full price is just a little bit too much for me right now. I mean, if there was anything that could be done about that, say if there was like a discount code, now then we maybe could be in business. But Surfshark, even as amazing as it is, I don't know. What do you think?
That setup was so long that I forgot we were doing a commercial. I almost left the room. Alexis, if you want to keep your information safe, if you want to travel the world so you can watch TV across the pond, mate, cheerio, you can do that by using code IMHO at checkout, and you get 3 months free.
3 months free?
There are 12 months in a year. Sorry, I know you went to school in Texas. So there are 12 months in a year. When you get like a full membership and you're like, I want my computer protected all the time, Surfshark will say, oh, you're with IMHO? Here's 3 months, baby. Here's 3 months for free.
Wow. That's a whole baby.
I mean, it's a baby that will need to stay in the hospital for a little while longer just so it gets stronger. But yes, also to everyone who's watching, thank you so much for your support. And if you use code IMHO at checkout and you get that amazing deal, not only are you going to be safe on the internet, but Surfshark will know that IMHO is good at surfing.
Surfshark does it better. Surfshark does it right. Surfshark.
Today. We are filming via the internet again. Thank you, Riverside.fm.
Because river, flood.
Not only is Alexis underwater, but guess whose roof was not fixed before the next rainstorm?
Yours, probably. Darby.
You knew that? Oh my God,
Darby.
Good guess. So there's still a hole just right above where the camera sits when we film. And it is still, what? Leaking.
There's no infrastructure. There's no infrastructure
and
here.
Listen,
you got water up above.
If you watch IMHO,
there's never been any infrastructure. You've got water up above. I got water coming in from below. So today we're meeting at the river. All right. And we're going to do our episode here. And guess what? Congratulations. It's another double episode.
And we're going to put a baby in a basket, and then he's going to save people in a Bible story. So fuck
Prince
you.
of Egypt, Prince of Egypt.
Oh yeah, live movie coming. Speaking of TikTok, because I brought up TikTok earlier, it doesn't matter. Bring up TikTok again.
Yeah,
I need to just quickly. I say quickly.
Will you
quickly
tell me
us.
because I'm not going to watch it.
There is this woman on TikTok who's taking TikTok by storm, and I'm Marie Kondoing.
Darby,
Alexis, I need you to just like sit back.
It's too fresh.
Sit back. But listen, as a dating woman, you are going to be soaking wet at times. Okay, this is getting you warmed up for those moments.
Okay.
Maybe God just wanted you to have
just watch your
a
wet
ass pussy. Maybe that's what it was.
Darby,
maybe God said,
did you just say pussy? Did you just say pee? Did you just say the P word?
Dry. No, you got to get your AirPods cleaned out. They're full of gunk. There's this woman on TikTok, and I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart. Her name is Risa Tisa. Okay.
Which sounds like a delicious treat.
And it was. I mean, not for her, but for me, it was. Okay, so she has a 50 part. Do you see how I did that? Thing. 10-minute section.
Playlist.
10 times 50 is 500 minutes of the story. It's called Who the Fuck Did I Marry? And she goes into detail from the beginning to the very end of when she met this pathological liar and all the shit she went through. I was so enraptured. And I think a big part of that was when you're Marie Kondoing, okay, it can feel very lonely. It's a process where you just really have to look inside yourself and thank inanimate objects. So it was nice to have her there the whole time because it does take hours to get through. I watched every single minute. I'm not going to go into detail because I have to say this. Risa Tisa deserves the views. Risa Tisa deserves the money she's getting from the views. And therefore, I think it's bullshit. I came across one today. A white woman decided to watch all the parts and then summarize it all in one video herself. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. If you are not willing to give Risa your time, guess what? You don't get the story.
Can we have a little taste of the pathological liar?
He said he was rich. He wasn't. How did she not know for so long? You hear the story and you realize, oh, this is why she didn't know. He had fake conversations with people on phone.
It's Dr. Death. It's like real life
he didn't kill anyone. It's a little less death, but true. Listen, we all have that inside
Wasn't
of us.
there another one?
You may not know it, but you have it inside of you. What?
Wasn't there another one with Connie Britton?
Yeah, wasn't that Dr. Death? They've had multiple seasons. Yeah, that's what I thought. That was Dr. Death season 1.
There's a bunch of different doctors lying.
I just finished Dr. Death season 4, the podcast. It's about a doctor who claimed to have an HIV cure. He didn't. The first Dr. Death, though, I've listened to it a million times. Anyway, we're getting off on a tangent. We can't do this anymore. Go support Risa Tisa. It is the best 500 minutes I've ever spent in my life. Okay, let's get into this. We have 2 episodes to get through.
I watched him today before film. I had a delightful time. I've never wanted to watch something so much. I thought both episodes were great.
I enjoyed both so much. I really did. Yeah. I mean, balls are always fun. So I was like down for that. Yeah. But then the second one being a musical and Big Sound of Music, that was 3 hours of television that I had a wonder. Was it 3 hours? It felt like it.
But usually, when you do too much of anything, you get a little tired of it.
You get sore. You get sore, and then you have to see a doctor.
Right, but not
doctor. It's okay. It's okay. By the way, not related at all. My Cameo is turned on. If anyone needs a cameo, I do need a root canal. Let's get started. UK versus the World is Happy Ending Bowl. What were the 3 categories?
All right, so we had Lady Prince Charming.
Love it. Gender is dead.
She-Evil Queen.
Women are evil. That's kind of fucked up to say, but
Drags to Riches Eleganza, which you had to make an outfit.
You'll never get rich doing drag.
Fabric scraps that they had.
The first category was definitely like men are only Prince. You can woman and Prince too, and non-binary. Person.
You never listened to that podcast, The Two Princes, right? It's kind of like a storybook podcast about the 2 gay princes.
Oh, no, thank you.
I liked it.
I would listen to a podcast about Prince and his secret love affair with Prince William.
Did that happen?
No, but I'd listen to a podcast about it.
Fun. All right, let's start off with Hannah Condor, Lady Prince Charming. She looks like the guy from The Wizard of Oz who sticks his face through and says, "No, you..." or whatever. You know what I mean?
Ha ho ho ho, and a couple. I played that role. I played that role in high school. I was the door guy. Who wants to get in to see the wizard? Not who. That was me.
Oh my God. I was transported just now.
Thank you so much. The local paper in Collierville, Tennessee said that I was in it. And not only did I not wear green, I wore a white and blue tux. No one could ever explain to me why. And I just assumed the director knew more than me. Turns out the director was doing coke.
Oh, so fun. I'm doing Diet Coke right now.
Let me say this in general. To me, for me, and I think Marina will be a good example of this, I do believe that they were given the prompt, we need a good versus evil. So that's why a lot of the looks are so related and they could make a story out of them, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2. So it looks like she started out with, let's be honest, a silly little prince. I mean, is the outfit as a whole anything? No, but I love her. I love the mustache. Yeah. I love the hair. It's funny. It's cute.
And the colors are fun. Yeah. Her She-Evil Queen is very classic She-Evil Queen look. I thought she looks great.
I liked the She-Evil Queen look better as the full story. Standing alone, it's a queen we've seen 1,000 times. We've seen her melt. We've seen her get electrocuted. We've seen her fall in love. But I did like it in the story for sure.
And then her final look, I actually didn't think was that bad.
It made me laugh.
It made me laugh.
I
think she looked really pretty. And also, I like the story of like the mice making it. It looks impressive what she made. She made full ball gown.
And it completes the story. We get the prince, we get the evil witch, and then we get the girl, because boy marry girl. I don't love the shiny fabric. I don't love that it looks like I could put her in my windshield to keep the sun away. But I love the overall story so much. And she does look beautiful. She looks stunning.
I think she looks so pretty. Let's talk about Charita May. Charita is a little
You're doing it. Keep going. You got
guys, like a little prince, like a little sort of bullfighter. Huh?
You got there. No, you sound great.
Cute. I like it. Dolly, I like the mustache.
I didn't see Prince, but I'm saying that after Hannah wore a literal crown on her head, so maybe that's why I'm saying that. Where's this crown?
Oh, I like her evil queen. Owl queen.
Do you remember that from her season?
Eve Owl Queen. It rung a bell when she started talking about it, but I don't remember it.
Same. I got a little bit of Belle. It was ringing just a tad. But I do love that she had this like through line. The prince is wearing the purple. There's a storyline here. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, she was like, and for her last look, she was like, I'm just going to grab all the purple. I don't hate it. I mean, I get that the fabric's gross, but like you're given the fabric. It's not like you... I mean, I guess she did take a lot of fabric. She could have chosen something else.
I think it's funny. I think it's very Teresa to say, well, the ugly stepsister can go to the ball too. That's fine. I think that's really funny, but I don't think it translates as well on the runway, especially when it's a design challenge, because we're not thinking like, what a comedic choice.
Arantxa Castilla-La Mancha, she's David Bowie.
I love the idea when we're talking about gender fuck and like he's royalty of music. I love
he's
that.
The prince of, he's the prince of, would it be rock or pop?
Gender. I just love when he does,
he's the music. Goblin. He's the Goblin Prince.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
You've never seen... Hold on. You've never seen Labyrinth?
Yeah, we've had this conversation multiple times on the show. But hang on. No. Is it good?
I can't believe that you've never seen that.
Because actually, it was goblins.
Yeah, your parents would have,
Jesus. The execution of this outfit is not exactly what I would want. It does look like a wig purchased from the internet and then put on the head. Listen, we love Arantxa because she's great on the show. She's so entertaining. And I do think that she deserves the opportunity to be seen once again because she is a star. I don't believe that the execution, we love her, but I don't think her execution, her polish has quite gotten to the point that I would feel comfortable putting her back on an All-Stars yet.
Right. But she's so sweet. When she was in the workroom with Michelle and she was like, well, you have to have a sense of style for it to come from somewhere. I just thought that was so cute. I think she's so lovable and fun and she knows herself.
I adore her. And I want to see her in a couple years when she's further in her own identity, but also she just has a little more growing to do. That's it.
Yeah.
We all have to grow.
We all have to grow.
Like boners.
Her burn booklet look, her Regina George, Queen Regina. I like that she chose that. Out of all the three, I like this one the most. I like that the giant pin is her staff. But yeah, it's a little clunky. It's a little clunky.
I don't understand all the black. I don't think Regina George would wear that. I think it should have stayed
I think that's Arantxa's like identity getting in there.
But I think the concept is brilliant, and I adored the pin as the staff.
I didn't even realize that her cape had those sweater sleeves. I thought that was so cool.
And she had the cunt book on the back. Again, I think we're still just a little bit away from the finishing touches being there, but what a fucking brilliant idea.
And then her third look, which she made, she was an emo princess showing her tits, which was my favorite part of it too.
So happy for her tits.
Beautiful little tits.
I don't even think she liked this final look. So
yeah, I actually like the hair.
It looks like a rock star wig. Did you have a rock star wig?
I had one. It never quite fit me.
There weren't really like wig companies for drag queens. Rockstar was one of the first. Yeah. And they were all that style. Just knotted, teasing right here, and then a thin layer of hair over it. Everyone wore the same wig. And that to me looks like a rockstar wig, which honestly brought me back.
This is better than that.
Thank you, Arantxa.
Golfy Kendall.
Before we go into all of her looks, this was the same person in every single look. There's nothing transformative about any of these looks. They're incredible. She looks amazing. Like, if I had to judge them all just as single looks, I would be like 10 out of 10. She looks incredible. But as a storyteller, I'm bored.
Yeah. This is a beautiful face, but you're right. It's always the same.
It's always the same.
And it's always a skimpy kind of corseted with a little extra here and there.
But I love the jacket. I love the coat. I love that she just kept doing her little muscles. That was odd. Her evil queen is gorgeous.
Her evil queen was really cool. I loved it.
It's gorgeous. All of her looks are gorgeous. Absolutely. But they are all the looks we've seen from her 1,000 times. And I'm just not
even
getting
though we've only seen her one episode before. 2 episodes.
Doesn't it feel like we've seen a lot of her though in our heart?
No, I get it. I get what you're saying. And then her third look was Pastel Princess. I thought she looked good. Kind of Breakfast at Tiffany's. She clearly used the wig for inspiration, and she looked really great.
Yeah, having made it, I love it. Again, I love all of the looks on their own. There's not enough difference in who that is to enjoy a storyline. Oh
Jonbers Blonde, I find it so charming and endearing, except I think she's trying to push so much that she's a fashion queen that she's name dropping these
designers,
inspirations, and just wear them. You don't have to talk about them. I like her fashion sense. I just don't know if I need to hear what they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought her being Prince Farming was a really clever twist. But her bringing up Vivienne Westwood, and then you start to see the details of the outfit, and it's like, you don't, just be yourself. Be a farmer. That's funny. I didn't see the benefit in all of the name dropping. And by that, I mean the one name she dropped. I don't think the look was strong enough for her to do that.
No, she did it again. She did it again later. She did it again for almost all of them, I think. Actually, all of them.
Well, it's a good reminder. Sometimes I'm not aware that she's a fashion queen. I like
her
to be reminded.
Her second look, I loved it. It would look incredible. Like a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah.
Rita Repulsa got a glowed. The last one, I thought she looked gorgeous, like a 70s goddess. It didn't really give me princess, but I thought she looked good.
I don't know what it is. The sequin and then the polka dot and then like the big duvet. I don't know what it is. I also don't see a through line with the story. Like, I wish if she's marrying Prince Farming, I wish there was some sort of like element in the final princess.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice.
And she could have said Vivienne Westwood once more, and you know how that makes her excited.
Anytime anyone wears plaid, they can say Vivienne Westwood inspired.
I mean, there's only one person who can do it correctly, but she's in Canada.
What'd you think about Scarlet Envy? I was very scared that her shorts were going to fall off. They were so low.
Yeah, I don't get it. I didn't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. That to me feels like a design school art project. You know what would be great? I can play with gender by like having boy nipple and then girl tit, but in armor, because boy do armor. I don't know. I don't get it. Am I being a bitch?
I didn't mind it. It was a little bit Evel Knievel, but Evel
If she had been on a motorcycle jumping
over
shit,
it would have made sense. A motorcycle that looked like a horse
with one tit and one nipple.
Because she's a knight. I did love her Evil Queen. I thought it looked gorgeous, and I love that she was kind of Mother Nature. Yeah, perfect. And I gotta say, her final look, incredible. There were some fit issues, but I didn't care because it was so beautiful. This is exactly what I want to wear all the time. Every day, even out of drag. This is what I want to look like.
I was so impressed. I think
gorgeous.
I think the first look knocked her out of the top because this final look was incredible.
It's Glinda, it's Giselle from Enchanted. It's
Cinderella even.
It's Can I Have It? Give it to me. Do you understand? Tia Kofi, red all the way through. I love Tia Kofi's. I loved all three of them.
Do you know
I didn't love the last one, but I liked the first.
Do you know the story behind it?
Yeah. Tell me again, though.
I knew you forgot. So this was all a tribute. I know.
It was all a tribute to Cherry Valentine.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something else. Yeah.
Oh my God, Curtis just came home. I honestly thought I was about to get murdered. That scared the shit out of me. I was like, who went into the bathroom? But then that's kind of weird for the murderer to go to the bathroom. Although I don't know. Murdering is probably really stressful. You have to pee.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to clean his hands first. There is dog throw up everywhere.
Well, let me get done with the Tia Kofi thing before I get murdered, because I do have some thoughts. It was a tribute to Cherry Valentine, which I simply adore. I love the girls that keep the memory alive. I think that's wonderful. The first outfit I thought was cool.
See, I liked it.
No, it was cool. Did you notice that she's wearing black shoes, though? That bothered me. Because isn't that brown? The thing in her chest, isn't that brown?
No, it's red. It's all shades of red.
Colorblind.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What did you think of RuPaul still screaming, "What's in the dossier"?
I kind of love it now. I'm kind of obsessed with it.
I'm deeply obsessed. If she doesn't go to DragCon with
a dossier,
with dossier merch,
and have something incredible inside of a dossier every time.
Oh my God, no, I have a perfect one. Okay, Tia, you can have this for free. Thank you so much for being a patron. I think at DragCon she should make autograph books. Remember when you would go to Disney World and you could buy autograph books and have the characters sign them?
Yes. Yeah.
And so the front is the dossier, the welcome in both English and Nigerian. And then people can open it up and have other queens sign it. And they can go all
the way around the drag world getting their passport
signatures.
Stamps
yes.
from girls who are stamped.
Correct.
If she doesn't want to do that, can we do it?
Well, no, the dossier thing is hers.
No,
the
dossier
thing is hers. I don't want to take that from her.
I know, but if she doesn't want to, is what I said.
We don't have dossiers. We've never even had one on the show. Not even once. Do you even have a dossier?
Do you have a passport? I have a passport.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you burned down Notre Dame. I completely forgot. Okay.
Yeah, because my looks are on fire.
Okay. The second look is a recreation of Cherry Valentine's promo look, and
it's a nod to her promo look.
Bitch.
It looks absolutely stunning. The cape was so gorgeous. The reveal was great.
You know she was sweating in that.
Of course she was
sweating in that.
But everyone else was sweating because she looked so fucking good.
Okay.
Well I thought she looked great.
And the final look.
Then I thought it was great. It was perfectly great.
The one thing I didn't like, the thing that I think really took away was that cheap sequin belt.
Uneven skirt.
Oh, I see that now. Okay, maybe that did too. I hate that cheap sequin. I hate it.
The cheap sequin belt reminded me of her green dress, to be honest.
Same.
I feel like she had sequin. Yeah.
I don't, and maybe that was the point. Maybe she was like,
if it had,
because she did reference it.
Yeah, she likes to reference things. I just wish it all had been one length and maybe a train, but I love the hair and I love the kind of draping of that top piece. I think she did a really good job.
She's bringing a lot of braids to this runway, and I think it works so well on her.
She looks so
I think her hair this season has been incredible.
Her looks overall, I'm so glad she's getting a chance to show
for sure
what she can do.
Yeah.
Marina Summers, from the marina to the main stage. Prince Siren, Under the Sea, hot.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Respectfully, hot.
Respectfully, I want to touch them
Do you
gills.
understand?
I want to touch them gills. Touch them gills. And I love the little Elvis hair. What a fun touch.
Her second look was like a fish monster, like a creature from the marina.
I had an issue, okay? Because the judges were like, and what was that? What was that? And then she explained that it was a reference from Filipino culture. And their response was like, oh, okay. We didn't know what to think. First of all, I know that they get ahead of time. I know the judges get summaries. Like, I know that they know what it is. They get a dossier. Now, I made that up completely, but I believe that to be true. And secondly, you're on Versus the World. So, of course, there are going to be some references you just don't get. But I have a feeling that this look is a look that made her safe and not tops. And I love that she said that the body was ugly because that's what the character's body was like. And I was like, well, first of all bodies are beautiful. But yeah, it looks different.
Well, yeah, it's padded to look like rolled, like,
fish
But
guts.
it is confusing because she's still so kind of svelte. It's like, wait, what is that? It makes you look.
We call it skinny fat, okay? And yes.
Yeah.
I go through it. And is it bad for your heart? It is. And then her final look was the first dress she has ever made.
Yeah. Fuck off.
And she kept
it's
with
so
the ocean.
Beautiful.
Doesn't it look like waves? Did you just burp into the microphone?
No, it was my phone. It was my phone
burping.
It fell and it slid, and there's lots of things to make. It wasn't a burp.
Editor, run that tape. Run that back.
I don't think I did.
I'm going to add the sound effect like you did. But I love that she kept the story going. It's the ocean, and then down at the bottom, you know, when the waves have the white on it. To me, this was such a standout. And I know they can't keep having the same top two every week, but they should have this week. In my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Speaking of top, we have Le Grand Dame.
Holy my God.
Shit.
Oh my God. The noises and how they kept them in. I know. Don't you feel a little justified that she was literally making those kind of French noises?
Listen, I never let.
So goofy.
I never let any of that get to me. I know that it's not Nikki Doll's favorite, but it exists for a reason. It exists for a reason. I want to thank Le Grand Dame for allowing that stereotype to live even stronger than it did before. And I love that she said, well, they were laughing, so I just kept doing it. Brilliant. That's how comedy works, kids. Take note.
That's the first rule of show business.
Or
if they're laughing, you keep doing
it. Or if they're not laughing, you keep doing it for a few minutes and you just keep going. And then you leave.
Darby, can I see you back here for a second?
Yeah.
Hey, Darby.
You have to talk to the microphone. So I can't hear you.
Okay, so I don't know if that always works, that kind of going too long. I don't know if it works for everyone. I mean, you have a gorgeous, unique sense of humor. I just don't know if that always works for everybody. So that's something to think about.
Okay, can I see you back here?
Yeah.
I just think that everyone has an opportunity, or an opportunity, if you will, to push the bounds of comedy. We do that every day through your makeup, through this bit. We just find ways to make ourselves laugh because life is what? Hard.
A bowl of cherries?
No, life is hard. And just find the good parts where, yeah?
Can I see you back here for 1 second?
Yeah.
Just earlier when you thought I burped, I really didn't burp. But if I did, I just want to apologize to you in a private, in a more.
Sometimes I think that you don't know what sounds your body makes. And I feel like I have a front row seat to it. Can I see you back here just for a second?
I don't know if you can.
Okay.
Oh, God.
God, we're going to see that shit on TikTok. Okay. Yeah, so La Grande Dame, perfect, no notes, incredible.
Oh, my God. Wait, where's she?
Holy fuck.
Oh, my God. That was so... Did you see stuff was dribbling down out of her mouth?
Yeah.
She was so good at that. And it was so scary.
I loved it. I thought Michelle's note was horny. So dumb. I'm sorry. I thought it was...
Well, I'm glad Graham was like, I disagree. I could see your face.
You could see what she brings, okay?
Yeah.
Her scary look brings all the boys to the yard. They're like, ah!
And then the look she made? Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I thought so gorgeous. You know what?
And she did my eyes, which I appreciated. Looking good, girl.
She did do the Darby eyes. I could watch this human just walk. I could just watch her walk in a straight line for hours.
And luckily, we do get to see that a little later on as well. She knows what she does well, and she does that well by doing what she does well when she has to do something well. You know what I mean?
Well, I do.
Thank you. And then finally, we have Keita
Minaj.
Cool.
Didn't she come out right after Scarlett?
I don't remember.
In the episode? Because I remember thinking...
Looks on Instagram.
Thank you, Drag.looks. Oh, yeah, I really like this. I didn't get quite a good look of it.
It's so well made. She kind of took the idea that Scarlett had of one titty, but then she did more with it to make it look good, and I appreciate that.
Her evil queen and having the comedy bit of feet in puppet and then her fake legs. First of all, her face is so, again, like Scarlett, perfect for evil queen.
Yeah, she has an evil face.
But that note of comedy was just so charming.
It was really funny, and I thought the puppet was actually really gorgeous. My note with it is there were multiple times where her cape kept falling back, and we could see where the legs were connected. I even saw her actual waist going into the costume at one point, and I feel like if we have such excellence at the top, like Marina Summers, I think it's odd not to comment on that.
Yeah.
And then her final look, I thought was fine. I was shocked that the judges went up for it. I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I liked it quite a bit, but it is a little on the simpler side.
I think it's
But it's the styling of it that it looks good. And her face looks so good. And that wig and the headpiece. I did like it.
I do believe...
She looks more evil queen, though, here than... She-Evil Queen
than she did in the second one.
Drags to Riches.
I think truly they just couldn't make Marina and La Grande Dame the top two again. I think that's literally what it was. And there was no way they couldn't make La Grande Dame the top. So they found a way to make Keita that. And I disagree. I think it should have been Marina. I don't understand. That dress will go down in history as one of the best ever made in a design challenge. And then for it to be made to fit the theme of the other two costumes, and it was the first thing she ever made.
Yeah.
But love your hair, Kata. So the top two are Kata and LGD. We find out the bottom two are Teresa and Arantxa. They're putting the two Spanish girls against each other, which I'm not saying was on purpose, but it's awfully questionable. Mm-hmm. Although I think I agree.
Well,
it's painful to say
that. And then they
get
to do the Spanish Inquisition Part 2. But it's...
You went to school in Texas, and I'm thrilled that you know what that is.
That might be really offensive to people that lived through the Spanish Inquisition. So I'm so sorry.
Okay, great. Kata and LGD, they get their little... They put it in the butt, and then they're ready. And they do a lip sync.
Yeah.
I gotta say... What? Did your dog throw up?
No, remember you gave me that lipstick? I was thinking about where it was, but I think I know where it is.
I didn't give you that lipstick. You know who gave us that lipstick was Jen. Wait, mine's right here. Thank you, babe.
Oh,
okay, it's backwards right now, but it says Darby, I think.
It's not. Yours isn't backwards to me. Oh, it does.
Oh, it's backwards to me. Anyway, thank you, Jen. We love it. So
thank you, Jen.
They do.
You know what? We should switch lipsticks.
Oh no, thanks. I loved Legrand. Listen, Legrand Dame knows that she's not a dancer, so she leaned in to the comedy. And I didn't think it would work, but it did.
No, it worked so well. They had the judges laughing just from her movements. And then there was a brief moment in the middle there where she was just stomping the runway. And it's what I want to see from her. I want to see her stomp because she's so tall. The wind just moves her hair.
Stomp me, daddy.
So perfectly.
Stomp me in the butt. So unfortunately... Well, fortunately, Legrand wins.
Legrand Dame wins. Unfortunately, she did reveal that the lipstick that she had chosen.
Pretend this says Arantxa. And the girl I send home, unfortunately, is Arantxa Castilla La Mancha. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so we say goodbye to Arantxa, and it's very sad because she's so cute and we love her so much.
I did ask the patrons what they thought, and Jake said something that I thought was so sweet. Jake said, I understand Arantxa's exit, but I wanted her to stick around longer because she's just so fun to watch. I completely agree. And then they went on to say, I'm worried for episode 3 because in the first season of UK versus the World, that's kind of where everything went to shit. So here's hoping that Marina doesn't send home Legrand Dame or whatever crazy shit someone might do. To me, Marina is giving the winner energy. Marina and Legrand Dame both are giving the winner energy of Pangina. And so I do worry that we're going to have another Blue hydrangea moment. And listen, congrats, Blue. You played the game, but also like, fuck you. Just a little fuck you. Not for the game, just because you're kind of mean to me.
All right, let's get into Drag Race US because we have a lot to talk about. We're just going to skip past all the like casting business and go straight to the most important part, which was Melissa McCarthy.
Yes.
And the Baby Bell cheeses.
Yes. So Melissa McCarthy walks in as the assistant, right? And we were like,
right.
Can I tell you what Curtis said? He goes,
yeah, about me?
Oh, no, we don't have enough time for that. He goes, why is Melissa McCarthy there? And I was like, because she is a genuine drag supporter and fan.
We saw her at the Juno Birch show.
I've seen her twice at a drag show since I've been in LA. She's always at the drag shows.
She supports the drag. Yeah.
And
she's a true ally.
She explained on camera that she started her career on stage in drag, and I think that was Berlin, RIP. So we're big fans. Melissa McCarthy can do no wrong. So she starts throwing Baby Bell cheeses at everybody. So they eat Baby Bell cheeses. But did you notice who was eating more than just the cheese?
Oh, Maya on the page.
Maya was eating
Maya
the wax.
I have done it before. Sometimes you don't know if things are edible and you got to try it.
Oh my God. Okay. When I worked at that STD call center scam job, right? The front desk lady, she was a very sweet girl. She was like early 20s. She had never left her hometown, which was like some farm town in somewhere Illinois. So like this was her first big job in the big city. And she was in charge of doing the food. We would have catered lunches every day because the company was bad with money. One day we had tamales, which like everyone loves, everyone knows. And you know, they come wrapped in that like corn husk thing.
Oh no.
And she's like, I don't know what this is. What is this? And we were like, oh my God, you'll love it. Because if you don't like tamales, I don't have anything to say to you. I don't understand how you live your life. I went up to the front desk to check on her to see like how she liked them. She'd already eaten one and she was like, I just didn't like the paper I didn't think that tasted very good. It was hard to chew. And I was like, okay, I see how you got there. I see how you got there. But you're supposed to take that off, baby. That's supposed to be removed. You know what she did? She goes, oh, and just kept on eating. And that is a strong woman.
It's a true outlier.
That's a strong woman. She said, oh, yeah. I ate corn husk when I wasn't supposed to. Big deal. We all do it. And I was like, wait, maybe I have. Anyway, she's my hero.
She is my hero. What did you think of Rue's outfit?
I loved it. I loved this shit. Okay, here's what happened. The outfit that was made for her, it suddenly burned. It combusted. She was too hot. They had to come up with something last minute. And this is what they came up with. And she walked out on the runway going, it's fine. And honestly, she made me believe it. I believe it's fine. It's so stupid. Come on. That could not have been so more than a last minute thought. I'm obsessed. I would wear it. Proudly.
What did you think of this musical? I gotta be honest. What did you think of this musical?
You don't want to be honest. That's okay. I prefer you when you lie. I love The Sound of Music, and so I was thrilled that they were doing The Sound of Rusic. I want to say overall, a little disappointed there were so many queer people in that room that didn't know what The Sound of Music was. And also, I was so deeply impressed with not only the performances from the girls, but the music itself.
The music and the idea of having it at the Abbey, which is the club, and having it be the competition, which is a part of The Sound of Music. I agree with you. I couldn't take my eyes off it. And usually I want to take my eyes off the musical.
Oh.
I want to do something else and wait for it to be over. I thought this was so charming, so fun. And I agree with you. I loved the music.
Yeah, I loved it. And I love that they pulled from other Drag Race songs. Like
Drag Race songs.
I love when they reference themselves, snake eating itself. I love that shit. And I love that they didn't include Nazis in this one. I always thought that the original Sound of Music had just a little too much Nazi in it. This one was good.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful balance. So Plasma was Mariah.
Plasma got the lead.
As she should have.
This was made for her.
100%. I think everyone ended up in the roles that were kind of made for them. Well, with the exception of anyone that wasn't a main character. I loved her dumb wig. I loved the dumb dress. I love that when she switched to the other dumb dress, it just had different colors.
It was the same dress.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's so funny.
I actually do think Morphine would have done a good job, but this was so clearly Plasma's.
I think that that's a strong statement. Why do you think Morphine would have done a good job?
I do think she would have done a good job. I thought she was really energetic in her little tiny part.
I think this role required more than being a good performer. I think truly the only person who could have knocked it out of the park
the way it
is
was,
a musical theater person. What she did is something that she trained to do. That is not something that someone can lip sync, can just stumble into. And honestly,
no, you're right.
She could have sung the part too. I'm a little bummed. Not that she didn't sing it live. I think that's too much pressure. But I'm a little bummed they didn't give them the chance to record their own vocals. I would have loved to see what she had done with that.
Yeah. The nuns were so cute. I thought they did so good. I mean, Sapphira was clearly Mother Superior.
That was other thing. Sapphira wanted the main role, but this role was written for her.
This role was written for her.
I do think
completely.
Sure. Go out of your comfort zone for certain things, for certain challenges. Of course. But for the Rusical, they write the parts for certain girls. They know what girl is going to do what. And so I'm glad that she finally was like, you know what? Yeah, I am this role. Fuck it. You can have it. I thought Morphine did great.
I did too.
I was so
That's what I meant.
Confused by her being in the bottom. So confused.
I thought out of all of the kind of more smaller parts, Morphine stood out more than the rest of them.
I agree. I think of the four kind of backup girls out of the nuns.
Oh, you mean the Baroness and the nuns?
I think Morphine stuck out the most. I thought she was great. Yeah. I thought Maya looked 100%. Lost. I didn't think Maya really came to life in this one, although when her habit flipped over her face and she kept dancing.
And she kept going. Hilarious.
Professional.
Perfect.
Professional.
Yeah. She is the flip queen. And when that habit flipped over,
she flipped it right back.
She still did it. She was incredible.
Well, since we just talked about them, can we do the Baronesses?
I thought they looked incredible.
So we had Q, Tsunami, and Plain Jane. Plain Jane, of course, wanted it because they're mean. Go ahead.
The wigs in this Rusical from Wigs and Grace.
So good.
Incredible.
I know.
I thought Q looked so beautiful.
It's the best
I thought
she's
they
ever
all
looked.
three did.
It's the best she's ever looked.
I thought it's the best all three of them have ever looked.
I know that Q.
I think.
Oh, I don't. Q likes to do a lot of big, artsy looks on the runway, so we don't always get to see her in just like beautiful hair. I thought she looked incredible. Plane was made for this role because she's a bitch. I gotta say, of the three, Tsunami did not a whole lot for me. I was not drawn to her.
She was trying.
But that's what I'm saying, is that how was Morphine in the bottom, but Tsunami, of all the people in the musical, I thought Maya and Tsunami were the weakest by far.
Yeah.
By far.
Production shenanigans.
Yeah, will you take note, production? Feel free to edit that episode again.
Yeah.
And then we had...
And then
the
Von... What are they called? They're the Von Trapp kids. But they're the I don't know what they're called.
Strap? Or Von's...
The Von Straps?
The Von...
the Von Straps.
No, I don't know.
Nymphia, hilarious with the pine cone.
I don't remember this, but I read on Twitter, someone made a comment on Twitter, so it's probably true. There was a pine cone in The Sound of Music. There's a moment with a pine cone. What is that?
Let me refresh your memory. The first time they all sit down to dinner after Maria comes to join the Von Trapps, she sits down
on a pine cone.
On a pine cone.
Hot. Did it go all the way up or just a little?
No, just a little bit.
By the end of the movie,
it's when she's figuring out like these excellently behaved children are maybe not as well behaved as they appear to be. Things are maybe not as they appear here at the House Von Trapp.
Kids lie. That's why I think
and they poop.
Post-birth abortion should be on the ballot, and we should be talking about it. So I thought Nymphia was obviously hilarious. Dawn was great.
What do you think? There's a lot of hubbub online about how Dawn hates musicals and musical theater gays. Seeing all the hubbub online and then watching the show after all that, I thought it was just kind of I didn't think it was that bad of I don't think she hates musical theater gays. She can hate musicals. That's fine. I don't care if she does.
Okay. Interesting take. That is exactly where I was going. I was going to say that I forgive her for that harmful, hurtful statement, because it's not just that she doesn't like musical theater. She was saying musical theater gays as if she were saying theme park adults. And I didn't like that because that's not real. That's not true. This is art.
I mean,
this is art. This is musical theater. So you're saying that Liza, you're saying Patti LuPone, you're saying that like attachment to theater with all of that art is the same as Disney World? Explain that to me.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But I think it's good if you're part of a fandom, just sort of take a step back and sort of take a look at yourself every once in a while. Are you being an insufferable theater gay? Are you being an insufferable theme park adult?
I just think making that comparison is strange. Although I think I just made that comparison. I didn't like that.
I don't think she did.
No, she didn't.
I don't think she did.
I did it.
So maybe take a step back.
No,
Are you being an insufferable comparison guy?
No, I just think that musical theater, you cannot like it, but calling an art form, that's like calling like a movie person, like a movie buff. Ugh, they were really into movies. Like, what does that fucking mean?
I do think there is.
There's a musical theater and BA personality. Now that I see. That I understand.
Yeah.
But saying like, I don't like musical theater. I don't like people who like it.
No. It is super interesting how, for instance, like movie musicals like Mean Girls and the new Wonka or whatever. Not that I'm defending those films, but how they marketed them specifically so no one would outright know that they were musicals if they didn't already know. Like, there is such a hate for musicals in the culture that I don't quite understand because they only make you happy.
Listen, I think her disdain for musicals is like her own thing, and she's going to have to deal with that the rest of her life, and that sounds horrible.
Maybe,
but I think
you know what? I'm back on your side. I'm on your side.
Well, yeah.
I didn't like the comparison
You're
either.
a musical theater person.
Yeah, but I'm not crazily like, when I needed it most, it was there for me. You know what I mean? I enjoy them, but I'm not quite, I wouldn't consider myself a musical theater gay.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I liked them in high school and college because I needed that sort of touchstone to get out of myself.
I love singing it.
Homophobia. I love singing it, but only those ones that I learned in middle and high school. I don't try to new stuff.
You tried to get out of homophobia, and now you live comfortably inside homophobia. Explain that to me. Oh, that was your transition. I'm so sorry. That was part of it.
Yeah.
I forgot. I gotta be honest.
Let's go on the
Megami was fine. I thought she kept up with the choreography. I thought the face note was a little strange in the grand scheme of things. I thought she did fine.
Don't do it.
I thought she did fine.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bottom. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Runway?
I can buy myself flowers. Get it?
They did start with the two most incredible first, which I think was an interesting choice, but Plasma looked like a million floral dollars.
Wow.
So beautiful. I immediately get the reference. It's perfect for a Rusical episode. I think she knocked it out of the park. It's so incredibly gorgeous.
She's got a Barbara reference in there. No notes. Absolutely the best she's ever looked. Probably the best she ever will look. How could you possibly top this outfit?
I'm sure she'd love to be topped, but she'd probably want to take the outfit off first. It's too gorgeous to get cum on. And that's me saying that.
Yeah, most of her stuff's covered in
cum. You know what
I
mean?
Listener, if you're listening. Thank you. She likes it crunchy.
Sapphira Cristál.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, incredible. And did you see she posted today that there were 2 petals missing? But even before knowing that, this is still so incredible.
There were 2 petals missing because she could not get it on the stage. That's how big it was. It was even bigger than what we saw.
But even still, this is so beautiful. That hair is so incredible.
I know.
I just think...
Is it a stem? Are those like stems?
She's the bulb. They have the little... You see those flowers? They have like little bulbs on the inside.
Well, yeah, what are those called? They're called like a...
They're just like the little inside.
No, but it has a word. They're called stipula.
Stem?
Stipula. I'm stuck. Get me out.
Slopula.
Thank you. Overall, though, Sapphira's look took my breath away. I don't care if I can't pronounce her hair.
Cute.
Weird.
What did you think about the arms? Yeah, weird. Cool.
Weird. I will say after, because I watched UK versus the World first, and so I saw La Grande Dame walking on those arms, and she did it so well that when I saw Q, and we know Q's not a mover. We know that. When I saw Q coming down, I was like, lean down more. Put him further out front. Yeah. What are you doing? So I think had I not watched that first, I wouldn't have noticed, but it did bother me a little.
But I see how cool it is.
Yeah, it is really
It's impressive. Cool. Nymphia Wind. I thought this should have gotten way more noise than it did. I think it's so cool.
She absolutely could have been in the top. I loved her musical performance, and this was so fucking cool. And I love how the leaves bloomed when she got to the end of the runway. The leaves came out.
Yeah, and how she could play with that thing, have it be up and then have it be back. I just thought this was so much.
Her brain.
Yeah. This was so incredible.
Yeah. If I were a bee,
this is definitely another...
I would rub my butt on that.
Yeah. Dawn's Grave Rose's horns. I thought it was beautiful.
I think the makeup and hair is the most beautiful she's ever looked. I was stunned. I was stunned into silence when I saw her face.
Yeah. The hair is so cool.
I don't get the look, but I never get her looks. I just enjoy them. I just enjoyed it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not supposed to know.
I thought Tsunami Muse looked incredibly beautiful.
I loved the concept. I loved a lot of the pieces of it. I loved the body. I thought she looked incredible. I loved the cellophane. Like, I loved the idea. But unless she had told me exactly what it was, I would have been so confused.
Wait, what was it? It's just flowers, right?
She's an upside down bouquet.
Actually, I thought of that. But I wasn't paying attention when it happened, but
But had she not said that, I would have thought she was a cactus. I gotta admit. But once I knew what it was, I loved it. And again, I love her. But that said, with her performance in the Rusical and with the kind of confusion with her outfit, I think I would have put her in the bottom over Morphine. Even though I hated Morphine's look, I thought Morphine did way better in the Rusical.
Maya on the page, looking very beautiful in red.
She did Rose. It's again just like, she looks great, don't get me wrong. But it's just again like, it's such a boring choice. I'm just going to put on a bunch of roses. Flowers? Okay, red rose. Got it.
I don't know why she needed to do the makeup on her cheeks like that. Or maybe it was just glitter.
Or the wig. I feel like we've seen her in that wig multiple times. I don't know.
Yeah, not my favorite, but not bad. Not the worst. Megami, she had a little story about a woman whose bridal dress, and then she was a bridal slut. I just feel like we've seen her in kind of slutty, skimpy.
And also, what was the...
She looks great, but I wanted to see something different.
I think she looks incredible, but
I love the hair.
It does look like she's like, okay, I'm going to wear like sexy lace and I'll just like glue flowers to it. I didn't think it told enough of a story for it to be anything more than just kind of a last minute thought.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually really loved Plain Jane's look.
Me too.
I thought she looked really beautiful and so cutesy and flirty. And I love the flowers in the hair.
Me too.
I thought she looked great.
I love that in the
And I thought she did a good job in the...
Yeah, I love that in the Rusical, Q had the long stole that she was wrapping around everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And then she comes out on the runway and Plain has this crazy long hair. I thought it was adorable.
Yeah, that's funny. Parallels, cinematic parallels.
And she is gorgeous.
Cinematic parallels.
Oh, sorry, my AirPod cut out during that.
Morphine Love Dion.
Yeah.
You don't like it? I like it.
Yucky. I feel like we had finally arrived with her runways. I feel like we had finally gotten to her showing us something interesting and thought-provoking.
This does give like does give us like an earlier season Drag Race. Like this would have been a top in the earlier seasons.
I would expect someone to wear this who had only been doing drag for 6 months. I mean, their face wouldn't look that good, but
their body wouldn't look that good either. Her body looks good.
Even people who haven't been doing drag that long, they can still have a nice body. You think they deserve bad body?
No.
Wow.
I didn't say that.
You said all bodies are ugly?
This body
you think all
reminds me of how Roxy...
Just like you want them to?
This body reminds me of how Roxy Andrews, like the way that she did her body, the way that Morphine does her body, it's like, how does it look so natural?
Well, because it's a BBL. BB baby. Anyway, she looks awful, but I think she did really great.
No, she doesn't.
I think she did.
I don't think she looks awful.
I think she did really great in the Rusical. Her being in the bottom doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how your look can pull you that far down. Like your look can never help you. It can only hurt you. And that makes no sense to me on this show. I don't get it.
We do have a winner. It is Plasma. It is well-deserved. Congratulations, my darling.
Not even a question.
The bottom two are Amaya and Megami, and they're going to go ahead and actually lip sync to a song called Flowers by Miley Cyrus, which I do like.
Mm-hmm.
Maya took her shoes off. I thought that's usually like a sayonara type of thing, but she ended up winning.
Yeah, so they even cut to Dawn's talking head being like, oh, it's a cardinal rule, do not take your shoes off. And they cut to Rue going, but she took it to church. And so I think it fit what she was doing. I think
she did that penguin.
What?
She did that penguin slide.
What's a penguin
When
slide?
Maya ran down the runway and slid on her belly.
Oh, like a penguin. Do you remember that game where they climb the stairs and then they slide down the slide? Do you have one of those?
No.
You had a tough childhood. I'm ready for Maya to go. Again, I just think...
All due respect, all due love. I need her to go and come back later.
I agree. Well, I think we're done. I don't think Drag Race... I think we're done. But I do think she won that lip sync. And so I understand why they kept her there. I worry for her to stay any longer because at this point we're getting a little... Okay, baby. Okay. But Megami.
I thought she did good in the lip sync.
I thought she did fine. Can I read you a comment that one of the patrons said? It resonated. Yeah. Okay. Justin said, I think Megami was too sensitive for this show, if that makes sense. She's an incredible artist, but as someone who would also not be good on reality TV, I appreciate that it's not for everyone. Her edit really showed that they didn't know what to do with her. Then leave. That's hilarious. Put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah. I think queer art is musicals, and we should protect musicals.
Protect musicals and musicals alone. I want her to not take herself so seriously. I really dig her drag. I didn't quite get to see any of her personality really come out in her drag, other than protect queer art. Now more than ever, it is so important that we support local drag and we protect queer art.
Drag king name Queer Art, and his performance are just like
people yelling queer at him
with bodyguards around him. You know what I mean? Getting protected.
Megami would come. She'd be like, "Finally, that's what I wanted.
This is what I meant."
The security guards go, "Yeah, we saw your sign." All right, so we say goodbye to Megami and we say goodbye to another episode of Drag Race US. Alexis P. Burvils. Before we go, I must ask, UK.
You know what? I'm fine. Thank you. It's been kind of a roller coaster. Even before the flooding this week, there was a bit of a dust up at work.
UK?
Darby, UK.
Wait, I mean, another girl asked me that. I have to answer her first.
Okay. Was it queer art?
No, he's being protected right now. He can't talk. I'm doing fine. I think God gives his biggest battles to his strongest little men, and I've always been one of them. Okay, Alexis, I'm sorry. What'd you say? You asked if I'm okay.
If you liked this, please like and subscribe, and join us on Patreon at patreon.com/IamMichelleTheShow.
Also, our cameos are turned on, and I need a root canal. So if anybody wants a cameo from someone with a fucked up mouth, we both have fucked up mouths. Mine just happens to have active infection in it. Just go get one. It's gonna hurt.
How about this? If she can get her root canal paid for by cameos, we will film her getting the root canal. You can see all up inside that mouth. And
I would like to see
maybe
it.
there'll be a hot dentist. And I'll film it for you. I'll do the root canal too if you want.
The dentist I'm going to a different dentist because it doesn't matter. But I'm going to this new dentist. He's half a block, not even, from your work.
You can come. You could come before or after.
Yeah, I have my appointment tomorrow morning.
You could go get dinner.
And so I could just come by after and just be like, hey, I like your makeup.
Drool all over everything. Yeah.
Okay, and also we have Shameo. Go to IamHLShow.com for that. All of our merch at dragqueenmerch.com. We'll see you next week. Hopefully sitting in the same room. Goodbye.
Can I say something controversial?
Well, as long as it's brave.
You don't care about Marvel movies, right? You don't care.
Not at all.
I needed to disassociate from what was happening in my world, so I went and saw this new Madam Web, and everyone online is saying it's the worst piece of trash ever.
Yeah, I saw
I gotta say, I do not think, as a moviegoer, as a movie lover, I do not think it was any worse than every other Marvel movie they made. In fact, I had fun. I liked watching it. There were some editing stuff and like ADR stuff that I did recognize as being bad. But besides that, like, I want to see these characters again. I had fun.
I'm glad to hear
it.
And
I like Dakota Johnson or whatever her name is. 50 Shades. I like 50 Shades.
I think people who do Marvel movie and it's like a big part of their personality, it's much like musical theater people. Like, take it down a notch. You know,
fandoms.
Take it down. Fandoms. Musical theater people.
There's being a fan of something, and then there's being in a fandom. Do you understand?
I don't.
Yeah, you do. There's being a fan of something. Like, I'm a fan of movies, so I like to go see everything. And so I've seen a lot of all the Marvels, really. And I got to be honest, most of them,
fine,
don't need to be.
Yeah,
most of them don't need to be.
How many people can you rescue?
Fun.
You've probably already rescued
the world. When you're doing new timelines, so you can
rescue the same people.
Rescue the same people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although I do love Spider-Man lore. I love like someone gets bit by a spider and then they have powers because it's just the easiest way to get powers. And it could happen at any point. You know what I mean?
It couldn't happen. But I loved, you know what movie I loved that I was shocked I loved it? Was the Spider-Verse Into the Spider, the cartoon one that won the Oscar.
Yeah.
I watched it after the Oscars because I believe in them. They know what's right.
You believe in the Oscars.
Yeah. And the guy that works at the Blockbuster near my house, his name is Oscar. Sorry, that was probably confusing. I gotta say, I loved it. I absolutely adored it.
Yeah.
Adored.
Can I tell you, this movie takes place in 2003, Madam Web.
What a good year.
Takes place in 2003. So there is a Blockbuster in one of the first shots.
I can smell it.
And
you said fun. Blockbuster. I immediately, since memory, I can smell it.
Remember walking by? Yeah. I love Blockbuster.
2003. That's the year of Flare Jean Open Casket. That was her year. Or I guess you could say that wasn't her year. Alexis, why would you joke about that? That's terrible.
I just love I love the wordplay. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Well, I'm not going to tell her.
She's always listening. You know what I mean?
Is she? I bet she doesn't hear much.
Yeah. Come to the precinct, the Precies.
Oh yeah, this weekend is the Precinct Awards.
Yeah.
Sunday at 4:00 at Precinct DTLA. Alexis and I will be there. I'll be hopefully not accepting an award. If I win, I'm going to be so stressed because I do not deserve it. it should go.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. It should go to Meatball and her George Santos thing, like the performance that went viral. I mean, even though the viral one didn't go viral at Fat Slut, like it's still the same performance. Like that should win. And I thank you for the votes. I really do. But if I win,
you could do like Adele with Beyonce and just be like, this would mean nothing to me without Meatball's George Santos performance.
No.
You could do a Lindsay Lohan Mean Girls and break the award apart.
Shut the fuck up. Here's what we do. You do a Kanye. I Taylor Swift. You Kanye. Meatball Beyonce. And so I say, thank you for this award. I play guitar. And then you come up and you say, Darby, I'm going to let you finish. But Meatball had one of the most amazing drag performances ever. And then Meatball in the audience will be going like this. Don't get me involved. People will start to boo you, but that's okay. You're used to that. And then you'll go sit down. And then I'll just kind of awkwardly say like, and thank you to God. And then I'll walk off stage. And then we'll be in the papers, baby. We'll be in the papers, baby.
You know what? We'll workshop it.
Nope. I think we already figured it out. Here, let me.
We'll discuss it.
I'm going to go ahead and text Meatball and let her know that we already talked about it and we decided on it. You don't have to.
It's okay. Darby, can I see you back here, please, for a second before you send that text? Before you send that text.
Oh, you can't unsend
Don't press
text.
send.
You can't unsend texts with the current iOS. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Trash.
This is my trash.
I love when you chew into the microphone. Bye.